Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the star signs. We're going to do something I've been planning on for a little bit. We're going to review and look into what is going to happen for each of the 12 zodiac signs for Mercury Retrograde starting February 18th and lasting until March 9th. I have your cards laid down, and we're going to start up with the general overview of what I'm going to be having in each of the readings. I have a general part of the reading for each of the signs. I gathered this whenever I was blessing the cards and shuffling them. So there's going to be an insight into each of the signs that has a specific message, but it's a general message that's for all the signs, if that makes any sense. I'll explain. And then I have your cards laid down, and for any clarifiers that I feel is needed, I will gather them with the cards that I have laid down here. I've already shuffled, so I will not be shuffling. I've already shuffled off camera. So let's dive in. Okay, so I'm going to start with a general overview for each of the signs that I'm going to begin with that will not change throughout the entirety of this session. So, for Aries, first of all, we have to understand that the universe is wanting to tell you about the Ace of Cups. And it wants to tell you this message that something new is on the horizon. Something new is coming. There is definitely something new that is happening to you. And it's going to be with an emotion. It's going to be with a relationship, a friendship, some kind of partnership. But it has to do with emotions, and we all know that Aries, you can be sometimes too sensitive for these emotions. And so that is why your message from the universe on this issue is forgiveness. And you know what I love about this picture is related to Aries. Look at what the man is wearing. He's wearing a red skirt, and Aries is known as a masculine sign. And Venus was the lover in mythology, and she's wearing pink, and pink represents the heart chakra. So for you, Aries, you're going to have to understand that something new is coming to you, but forgiveness is also what you need to work on right now, in this moment. It is your general message that you have to work on this, along with something else for while you're working in the retrograde. So overall, understand that forgiveness is in the background, working working in your mind, working to help you release the old debts, the old things that you have held on to, and you have been bitter about for some time now. Aries, you've been bitter for some time about something, and it is time that you understand that something new is happening to you. Something new is being awakened in you. Okay, let's get into this reading. I'm so excited. Okay. So first of all, we have for your past what you was working on that you're still trying to be cleaning up in your last retrograde is the Magician. So your will. The Magician represents the willpower. It represents the harmony of the elements and the strength and the order of balance. And how the Magician is able to grab all four elements together and become spirit and to unify them and get whatever he wants out of the universe. So I also feel like strength and courage and vigor is also another thing he was working on. He was probably working on building that because something had happened in that retrograde that had caused a weakness in that moment. Presently, what you're going to be working on in this retrograde is clearing up the past of that will issue and learning how to get will in your life more, because sometimes, Aries, you have a tendency to just it's almost like when you give up, you lose the fire. And I sense that something had happened in the last retrograde that had caused some of you to want to give up that fire, and you just felt defeated. And it's really sad and disheartening whenever you see an Aries that is not able to keep fighting, because they just feel done. And when they're done, they walk away. But for you, your lesson was not to do that, but was to stick in there and be more persistent with your will. What you're going to be working on right now in this retrograde for February 18th to March 9th is the moon. The moon represents the primal energies versus the subconscious, or it's primal versus conscious, or subconscious versus conscious. And there is a secret that you are going to be shown during this retrograde that is going to bring you to a stage of enlightenment. The moon is psychic. The moon represents all of the feminine natures and powers. So perhaps what you've been working on in these last few retrogrades is something I want to say like a feminine energy. We all know how Aries can, specifically the men, have a way of being around women. They can be very combative, and they want to put them down. And while they shine with other men, they tend to also be combative with women. And what I'm feeling is that you have been experiencing an issue with women here lately, and that's why it's coming up clearly in this reading that women is an issue, and you're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to work on being more gentle and protective toward your women instead of combative and putting them down and being on edge, thinking that everyone's out to get you, because they're not. And the outcome of this is you're going to receive some kind of letter. This could be a divorce. This could actually be something negative, because Earth is usually negative, and the Page of Pentacles is Earth. But there's also some positivity to this. There's some level of you're going to get a resolution of some kind within you, and what you've been holding on to for some time that's been causing issues in your last retrograde will become clear, and you will feel like you are able to be reborn in a sense, because as some of you may or may not know, this retrograde is going to be in Pisces. We're going to be experiencing Mercury Retrograde in Pisces, meaning that things will end. This is going to be a rough one to some of us, and to some of us it's going to be like a sense of rebirth, or that a good transformation that you've been wanting. So for me to look into this, I see that something's going to be ending with you, Aries, and it's possibly a relationship, or it's possibly a partnership or friendship with a woman that you all have been having issues with for some time. I also see that at the root of the situation, we have the devil. There's been something that's been happening to you. You're being told one thing, and you're doing whatever it is it's been lying to you, and it's not a person. I feel like it is inner voices, inner turmoil that you've been having inside your head. And Aries rules the head, so it's not uncommon that we find Aries having mental health issues or issues related to some kind of head trauma. So for Aries, I want to tell you that you need to be paying attention to what's happening into your head, and you need to start taking control of those voices, because if not, it's going to lead to some bad problems during this retrograde. You're going to have to get things under control. And for those who have a moon in Aries or an ascendant in Aries, please pay attention to this as well. This goes for you too. You're going to be experiencing a lesser than version, but in some ways for the ascendant in Aries, it's going to show more to the world, and for the ones that have the moon in Aries, it's going to be more your emotions. Your emotions are going to be bound. Your emotions are going to be flighty. 1 minute they're one way, one minute the next they're another. But generally for Aries, you're going to get the most blunt end of this stick, of feeling like you're just in a paradox of some kind. And the message to you during this retrograde is win-win. Figure out a way that you can win and others can win. We all know, well, for those of us that are Aries would know this. Whenever you want something, you're impulsive and spontaneous, and you don't care what has to happen until you get what you want. We also know that Aries are self-centered. So for you, Aries, I want to tell you that during this retrograde, think of others first instead of yourself. If you do, you're going to be able to balance a little bit more of some of those natural impulses. It's going to lead to some more bigger problems. And for you to fix that, you can actually get what you want and get what they want at the same time. Figure out compromise. Compromise is not your best trait, but it's a trait that you could learn, because war sometimes needs us to stand at a cross, at like a truce of some kind. A cross and a truce. So we're going to divide the line, and we're just going to say, we agree to disagree. It's how it is. We're not going to fight no more. We're done. That kind of thing. And you need that in your life right now. You need that right now.